Welcome to the Dr. Tess 90210 Show. Tess Washington, MD, MS, FAAFP, a board-certified physician and surgeon with over 20 years of diverse patient care experience, focusing on the optimization of a person's looks, love, wealth, and health. One of the most unique and intriguing podcasts on the internet. Buckle up and get ready to have some fun, but get ready to learn. This is the Dr. Tess 90210 Show. And here's your host, Tess Washington, MD.
Hello. Welcome to the Dr. Tess 90210 Show. My name is Dr. Tess Washington, board certified physician and surgeon, and you have just made it to episode number 3. Today we are going to talk about 5 easy steps that you need to perform in order to definitively not only lose weight, but keep it off for long term. I got great news for you. Is there anyone who made a New Year's resolution that you were going to go on a diet? Let me see. Show of hands. Let me see. Here's the news. I have great news. Diets are canceled. And if you started the diet and if you kind of messed up in the first, don't even worry about it because diets are canceled. Does that make you feel a whole lot better? Absolutely. And check this out. I know that if you did start a diet, there's a very strong likelihood that you were not successful because, listen, the only person who I know at 11:59 to 12 o'clock that turned into someone different was Cinderella. I mean, she was at the prom, she had a nice dress on, nice shoes and everything like that, hanging out with a nice guy. All of a sudden, at midnight, just within minutes, she had this raggedy dress on, some house shoes, and a bad weave. Now, not unless you're Cinderella, there's no way that you went from having bottles of champagne and a buffet at 11:59, and then immediately at 12:01, you turned into someone who was ready to start getting ready for a triathlon. Why do we do this to ourselves, huh? Why do we do this to ourselves? But don't even worry about it, guys. 80% of people who actually go on a diet, quote unquote, to lose weight, they gain it back in about 12 months. Even if people do lose weight, within about 2 years, they gain back the weight that they lost and some, because the fat cells don't go away. But I obviously have good news. Like I said, the diets have been canceled because I'm going to give you 5 easy steps for you to lose that weight without being on a diet. Doesn't that make you feel a whole lot better? Because diets don't work. That's why they were canceled. You ready? All right, here we go. Step number 1. The first thing that you have to do is evacuate. Get rid of the stuff. Get rid of everything in your cabinets, in your under the bed, in that side drawer, in a little cooler by your bed, get the pantry, and just get rid of it all. We got to evacuate everything. That's the first thing that you have to do. Did you write that down? All right. So that's number 1. And number 2, eliminate. Just write that down. I'll explain it later. I can't give you the pearls along the way. We got to make it clean. All right. So number 2, eliminate. Number 3, are you keeping up? Do you need me to slow down? Because I know I could tend to talk fast. Number 3 is reintroduce. Need me to spell it for you? R-E. No, I know you guys got it. So number 3 is reintroduce. Number 4 is transition and exercise. You got that? Transition. You got it. Transition and exercise. And number 5 is healthy lifestyle for life. You got that? I'm going to explain to you how to implement these 5 steps to the point that diets are canceled and you could care less because you are going to be on a successful weight loss journey with a lifestyle modification that's going to last you for years and years and years and years. You're not going to gain this back. You're not. You're definitely not. Here's the catch. And also another thing I want to throw on for those people who aren't fortunate enough to be a part of this podcast, they're probably having the most difficult time because right now everyone's cortisol is through the roof, honey, because with the pandemic and everything like that, inflammatory effect. They have so many hormonal and just factors against them. But if you guys implement these 5 things the way that we're going to talk about it, even with your cortisol being elevated, you'll still be okay. Let me just ask you, for those people who did incorporate weight loss as part of their New Year's resolution, is this the first year that you've said, I'm going to lose weight? Is this the first year? I can answer that for you. No, it's not. You probably do it every single year. It's probably on your list. I wasn't successful last year, but I'm going to do it next year, definitely. This was not the first year. Let me ask you something else. When you did decide that you were going to lose weight this year, did you write down exactly what you were going to do to make sure you were successful? Did you write down what you were going to do for day number 1? Did you write down what you were going to do for day number 2? Did you? I already know you didn't. Who does that, right? That's a lot of work. Or what, you got to try to find a pen, or do you want to put it in your phone and where your battery is dead and then you got to have your phone with you? Who does that? One of the main reasons why we are not successful, and we're using this for weight loss, but I want you to take this and I want you to consider this in regards to any goals. One of the main reasons why we are not successful with goals is because we don't have a plan. We don't have a system. We just simply say, I'm gonna buy a house. I sure am. I'm going to buy a house. I haven't put a date on it when I'm going to purchase that house. I haven't put any kind of specific description of the house, the neighborhood, who I want to be my next door neighbor, what kind of furniture I'm going to put in it. We just put goals out there with absolutely no plan. How can we expect to be successful at a goal with no plan? And that's one of the main reasons why goals don't work. Now, on that same piece of paper, do me a favor, okay? You got the 5 things written on that piece of paper. Flip it over on the clean side. Hopefully it's clean on the other side. You didn't just grab some paper that someone was writing on the back. Flip that same piece of paper over on the clean side. Now, I want you to take your pen. If you're right-handed, put the pen in your right hand. If you're left-handed, put the pen in your left hand. And I want you to draw a diagonal line. And I want you to start in the lower left hand corner of the piece of paper and draw it all the way up until the tip is at the upper right hand corner of the piece of paper, like a diagonal line. You understand? You got this, man. Now you got the diagonal line. Here's what I want you to do. At the top right part of the diagonal line, I want you to write a couple of words for me. I want you to write goals. Did you write that? Hurry, come on now, come on, because I'm trying to be efficient. I want you to write goals, and right across from goals, I want you to write dreams. So at the top right part, you have dreams and goals. In the lower left part, I want you to write 2 more words. The word habits. Did you write that? I didn't see you write it. Did they write it? I don't know. Did you write it? Did you write it? Did you write HAB? Habits. I want you to write the word habits, and then right next to the word habits, I want you to write the word systems. You should have a diagonal line, which is on the other side of the paper from where the 5 things were that we're gonna make sure you're successful at. Now you got 4 words. You see, goals is all the way at the top on the right. You cannot reach that goal unless we address some of your habits. All right? And this is one of the main reasons why we are not successful with some of our goals. Going back to Cinderella. Check this out. Let's go back to Cinderella, the one with the bad weave at 12:01. She didn't change. She had the nice dress on, right? But at 12:01, all of a sudden, they swapped her out, with this horrible dress and this bad hair. But she still was thinking about the prince, you know what I'm saying? She still was the same chick. So just because you decide that you want to do something in your life, you still have these habits, this behavior that you've had for years. And guess what? Your subconscious is fine with that. It's not like the subconscious wants to change. Everything's comfortable. It's warm in here. Can't we just wait 5 more minutes? If we do not address our habits, we're not gonna make it to those goals. And how do we address those habits? By implementing a system. That's why. That's the reason why. So going back to what I stated earlier, if you did decide that weight loss was going to be one of your New Year's resolutions, if you didn't write down what you're going to do every day to make it to that goal, how are you going to get there? Have you ever gotten in a car and just drove? No, you normally have an address or GPS or something. You don't just drive until you run out of gas. You have a destination in mind, and you have a strategic plan as to how you're going to get to that destination. And that's what we're going to do right now with those 5 goals. And that's the reason why you're going to be successful, is because you're going to have a system. Let's go to step number 1, evacuation. Getting rid of the things that you normally would eat. All the stuff, the macaroni, all the canned goods, all the different stuff. Get rid of it all. It has to go. Donate it to a Salvation Army or Goodwill or homeless people, but it has to go. Normally that process takes 7 days. We need to have a plan during every single day of that 7 days how we are going to go about the evacuation. Now, normally you should get up in the morning and you should spend at least an hour mapping out how you are going to make it through your day, and give yourself about 3 goals that you're going to meet during that day. We start with Monday. We get up at 5 or 6 in the morning. We're going to sit down. We're going to do affirmations, something positive. I am skinny, or I am the size I was when I was a varsity football player. And you have to say it in the present, because your subconscious doesn't get it. You know, we're smart, but we're not. If you say, I'm going to da-da-da-da-da, your brain's like, okay, note to self, I ain't gonna do that. They look at it as a to-do list. Your brain. You want to say, I am whatever weight it is that you want to get to. Or I see myself in that dress, that suit, whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever your goal is. I can run 5 miles without being exhausted. All of these endeavors you're not doing without the clearance of your doctor. So make sure that you have been medically cleared before you embark upon anything as far as exercise or weight loss, especially if you have any pre-existing medical conditions where you have to take regularly scheduled medication. If you have diabetes or something like that, make sure you check with your doctor. Don't be like, I'm going to surprise my doctor, because you may get surprised, okay? Make sure your doctor is on board with anything you're going to do, especially if you have a pre-existing medical condition. Going back, that was just a commercial break. But going back to the plan, on Monday, you spend an hour and you map out and write it down. Writing things down is a form of active and passive mental energy. So you write down on Monday, this is what I'm going to do. And you have hourly checks as to what you are doing throughout the day to get to that goal. And then at the end of the day, you go back and you make sure that you accomplished what you wrote down that you were going to do. And then we go into Tuesday. You see what I'm saying? Isn't that so much more different than all these different plans that you've had every single year? And it's never worked. That's the reason why this will work. It takes us 7 days to get through the elimination. I'm sorry. See, you didn't catch me. You didn't say anything to me. You let me get away with saying that. I didn't mean to say elimination. I meant to say evacuation. It takes you about 7 days to finish getting rid of everything and the cabinets, everything. Normally, we are most successful when multiple people, if you live with other people, everybody in the house, the dogs too, everybody in the house is on a diet. That's when we're most successful, because we can help each other to stay on track. Next step, eliminate. We want to eliminate a lot of the foods that were causing us to gain the weight. Get rid of the potato chips. Don't stop at the gas station. Just get gas. Don't stop. You're getting gas, and then while you're there standing at the counter, you look down and you see the bag of Doritos or the Cheetos, and you look at it. No, don't. Eliminate those things from your diet. And once again, you are documented by having a system, and by doing things on a daily basis, it helps us to break those habits, because the habits were simply formed because we allowed them to be there. We didn't do anything to counteract those habits. And this is also giving your body a chance to adjust, because initially when you first start losing weight, your body is going to be like, aha, she's in trouble. I want to hold on to this fat. She's going to be so happy. She's going to pat me on the head. I'm going to hold on to this fat, because your body doesn't know what's going on. And your body is going to try to preserve the fat because it thinks you're starving. It doesn't know. Remember, we were once upon a time cavemen. So you got to let your body know, hey, I'm okay with this. I'm okay. You know, even because for some of you, the fat's been around for a long time. And even though we lose weight, those fat cells aren't going anywhere. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Hold that thought. You still got your piece of paper out, right? On step 2, we need to eliminate. That normally takes about 3 weeks. We spent 1 week on step number 1, and we spent 3 weeks on step number 2. We're a month in. Step number 3, reintroduce. There is a way that we need to reintroduce foods. I do have, from my functional medicine practice, I'll make this available to you. I'll go ahead and I'll put this information up on the blog, and I won't go into it on this particular podcast because, we have plenty of time because you guys are going to follow the channel. So there is a way that we will reintroduce the foods because we want to make sure we're getting the appropriate amount of macronutrients, micronutrients, vitamins, and supplements. We'll expand upon that in a future broadcast. We want to reintroduce the foods the right way. And you don't have to worry about ounces. I need, this many ounces and this many grams. That's hard. Ain't nobody got time to try to figure that out. That's so hard. Just use your hand. Just use your hand. And there are many, just go online, and there are many things that will show you within your hand is a certain amount of protein and a certain amount of carbs. You do need carbs. We can definitely discuss that at a future date because you're going to be on this road for a long time. We're already a month in. We just step 1 and 2. Step 3, reintroduction. That normally takes about 2 weeks as we reintroduce the right foods and nutrients and supplements back into your diet. Number 4, transition and exercise. And there's a way that we want to go about the exercise. We don't just go out and run 5 miles. You might have a heart attack. You don't do that. You don't. Because your body has to re-equilibrate. You just lost weight. You just went through elimination. You're going through this whole mental thing. Give your body a chance to catch up. And you're going to give yourself a realistic exercise routine that you will be able to maintain. Because remember, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. We have plenty of time. We have the rest of your life. Because we're going to keep this weight off. We're not just like losing weight for an outfit. We're losing weight so that we can live a healthy lifestyle. You're going to transition and you are going to exercise. You may consider getting a personal trainer because if we have bad form, we will continue to maintain that bad form and we could cause damage to our bodies, our frame. So step 4 is transition and exercise. And number 5 is maintenance. It should take you approximately 12 weeks to get to step number 5. And at this point, you are off to the races and you will never have to worry about being on a diet again because you have taken 3 months through journaling and through a system. You have changed your bad habits and you have implemented your dream and you have reached your goal. Ta-da! Excellent, excellent, excellent. I hope you feel better because even though I made it seem like you did a bad thing earlier, you're actually a winner because you're going to lose weight the right way. I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys my appreciation for supporting the podcast. Last week was like my first real broadcast. I have so many downloads. I'm just so happy because this really means a lot to me because I just really want to help as many people as I possibly can. And I also appreciate you. And I appreciate your honesty and your criticism. If you do not criticize me and help me grow, listen, I'm looking for Joe Rogan, but I have to get good. And one of my friends, that's the reason why I'm timing myself today, because one of my friends, she saw me and she was like, you were 36 minutes. And I was like, oh, I don't want to be like that. And she also let me know that I was rambling a little bit. So today I used a teleprompter. Well, I didn't use it directly. I mean, I tried to use it. You got to learn how to use those things. These things aren't easy. I'm learning. And the main reason I'm sharing this with you is if you have an inkling or possibly consider a podcast, come on over. Learn as you go. Because as long as you have good intentions, you will do well. You will definitely be successful in helping someone by sharing the information that you have where someone else's life can be better. And I do have a discount link for Podbean. If you are interested, let me know and I'll send you my link and then you could jump on here. I'm vulnerable and I want to be great. Feel free to comment on anything that I do. Also feel free to let me know if there's something that you want to hear discussed on the podcast, and let me know if you want to come on as a guest. I'd be more than happy to have you. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for stopping by the Dr. Test 90210 show. Make sure that you do not ever go on a diet again, but you use those 5 easy steps and you will always be successful on any kind of weight loss journey that you set out to accomplish. You are the best. You are the greatest. I am crazy about you, and I look forward to seeing you on this same channel. Make sure you follow and make sure you like and tell all your friends about it so that we can become a big happy family. Take care.
It's Dr. Tess's passion to focus on the optimization of a person's looks, love, wealth, and health. She practices in the areas of aesthetics, HRT, functional medicine, sexual health, transgender hormone regulation, weight loss, and overall increased longevity while maintaining a happy and healthy lifestyle. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review, and we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with Dr. Tess on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn at Dr. Tess 90210. See you next time.